Well, I'm looking at Stormwind Champion. I'm looking at 1 copy of Vine Cleaver to try to mop that up. And in the meantime, it's hope it works. Chameleos.
He keeps the Chameleos.
Well, yeah.
I love that card.
Why wouldn't you keep it? This is like the prime time for it. You scout their hand. You get opportunities to play stuff.
And I mean, it's also if it becomes, say, Lost in
Any
the
of those
Jungle or
cards.
Dire Mole, it's just great.
It could become coin.
It could have become coin, but it's a Dire Mole.
I'm not saying it's a good play or anything, but I'm just saying it could.
I wonder if that's good or bad. I think it's probably good in certain situations, but then other situations you're like, come on, I want Dire Mole.
I want to coin this other Dire Mole too. I want to get the threat underway.
You just want to start loading up the minions.
I mean, he's got to get that Dire Mole down, or he's
putting in work.
Death by 1,000 cuts. All right, hold on to it. That's fine.
Death by 1,000 paper cuts. But they hurt.
Well, I mean, 1 paper cut. I mean, they're not paper cuts. Paper cuts, those are brutal, man. You ever had one of those?
Not often. I can't remember the last time I had a paper cut. Let me see.
I'm like, I feel like no, don't do it. That's a horrid idea to do that. Don't do that.
To give myself a paper cut?
Yes, that's a horrendous idea. That's
a card cut.
I think it's the worst idea I've ever heard in my entire life. And I hear myself talk.
But this whole deck is paper cuts. I guess.
Oh yeah,
I guess
just a paper mache Vine Cleaver. Yeah.
And Firebat presented an interesting decision. I mean, a lot of times when you have the access to just hero power, you want to do it. But I mean, Firebat is under a little bit of pressure.
Northshire Cleric typically requires a little bit more attention.
Yes.
That's a frightening card. You do not want your opponent to just draw a ton of cards. That's a bad thing to have happen.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't want the priest player, especially when that's mainly their only source of draw. And a lot of times, if they don't have Dustbreaker, you're in a good spot. But giving them extra draws allows them to find that Dustbreaker.
Interesting that Show's going through it this way too. I would have figured he would sacrifice the health to protect the Reggie Protector, but I guess moving forward he has some stuff to play, so he's like, I don't really think I'm going to be drawing cards anyway. And it looks like Firebat wants to. His intention was to hang on to this coin to use it either for like a big Fungal Mancer level up turn, or to use it for a Storm Champion or Vine Cleaver. So I like the direction this is going for him as well.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to hold on to this coin to get that Vine Cleaver out, because Vine Cleaver is a very powerful card. It was a little bit more powerful.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, this is actually, I think, just brilliant.
I think so.
If Show's just going to keep using mana to draw cards, Firebat's like, I'll kill the stuff when I feel like it, and I'll just hit you in the face in the meantime. Exactly,
and that's one of the... That goes on par with the proactive game plan he was talking about. He said, you know what, Sjow, if you want to draw cards, go ahead.
Yeah.
You
react
I might have level up. I might have coin level up. Do you want to take that risk?
It also just plays for that specific draw. If he draws Fungal Mancer level up, it's a great turn. Or, Marshdrake. Marshdrake's pretty good too.
Is this where he plays the Marshdrake and ignores the 2/1 and he just
he's like,
I've already dedicated.
Mana, kill my own minion. Perfect.
I've already committed to the plan. I got to keep going.
I'm going to take back my worst idea thing that I said earlier. He's so ready to fire. He just can't quite get there. This guy just
I don't
can't
think
catch a break.
I think I've only seen the Drake Slayer actually slay a Drake once.
I did it yesterday when I was playing Quest Druid.
Exactly, because you were playing Quest Druid,
and
you just wanted to get a tick on the Druid
I just wanted Quest Druid, just played on turn 3 and just let it die. We did win that game. No, we didn't win it because of Barnabas, but we did win that game.
I was like, Admiral, you can't do this to your poor Marshdrake. He said, watch me. Watch me.
There's very few cards in the game that just by themselves do actually nothing sometimes. But Marshdrake is one of them. But when you combine it with something,
it's really powerful. We see Firebat holding on to that coin with the intent to go ahead and coin Vine Cleaver. There was also the potential last turn that you were saying where if he did pick up level up, he could have coined out the level up, and that would have been a very powerful play. And Show's just going to keep drawing cards.
He's going to have too many cards pretty soon.
The Twilight Acolyte is fairly strong. Oh, but that is all of the spells in Spiteful Priest. Spiteful Summoner is a 6-mana 4/4. going on?
That's not how that card's supposed to work.
No, not at all. Those cards are supposed to stay in the deck.
This is the unintended effect of drawing this many cards, too. Sometimes your opponent just gets unlucky.
And sometimes you just keep wailing away, hoping to get there.
There's no way he's going face again, right? Like, I don't buy it. There's just no... He's got to... Something's got to die.
I don't know about that.
Maybe he just does. Maybe he just keeps going face.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Okay, so he wants the Corridor Creeper to come down.
Gonna trade that off, play the Corridor Creeper. And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, maybe the Cleric... You know what? No, Firebat's already committed.
I mean, how many more cards can he reasonably draw? Oh, my gosh.
I think Firebat's just going face.
This is so ridiculous.
I love it, though.
Look how much extra damage he's got.
He's gotten so much damage, and all Sjow has been doing is drawing cards.
Now, that being said, when you draw many cards, sometimes you draw the right one. But that's not it.
No Dustbreaker yet.
No Dustbreaker. And with Nether Historian gone, you're going to have Dustbreaker a lot less than you used to.
Firebat has let Sjow draw 3 extra cards through the course of this game by not trading off so he can push damage, and Dustbreaker has still not been drawn.
I'm going to force you to life tap. That'd be a cool card. Makes your opponent hero power next turn. Oh. So every turn it's in play, your opponent has to hero power.
Oh, gosh.
It's like the auto effect thing. It just consumes 2 mana and hero powers.
Target's chosen randomly. Target's chosen.
Now we're talking.
Still no Dustbreaker. There's some dragons in the hand, but
there's also a Vine Cleaver in the hand.
And coin Vine Cleaver is gonna be coming out. Blackwalled Pixie just to get extra 1/1s.
It's a 3-drop and a 5-drop and a 7-drop. Like every single step of the way, it does something at least.
It's also a 10-drop.
And he's still just going in. He's like, take that damage. You're down to...
I mean, what can Sjow realistically do without Dustbreaker? These 1/1s are annoying,
draw some more
but they're
cards.
getting there.
He can draw 2 now. I think he might have to.
He probably has to.
He's got to find Dustbreaker.
I don't think he's gonna find it.
How did this happen?
I think Dustbreaker may have gotten rotated with the other cards.
He's drawn so many cards.
What else? Curious Glimmerroot for
Righteous Protector. Or Vine Cleaver, you know.
I wonder which one it is.
You know, Sjow does have Benevolent Djinn in his Paladin deck, though. If he had just brain farted and clicked that, that would have been the greatest.
That would have been pretty great. But I think Sjow might click the hide button and then look at the board real quick and say, "Oh, Vine Cleaver."
Oh, he does have a Vine Cleaver in play. Yep. All right.
And then Sjow just trying to clean up as much as possible, but I think this Vine Cleaver is going to overwhelm him. However, if he lives for one more turn, and he gets the next turn, he gets Obsidian Statue from Free From
Worm
Error.
Guard. Just anything to protect
Worm
himself.
Guard as well.
He hasn't drawn that either.
Free From Error and Obsidian Statue is the out I'm looking at right now.
Fungalmancer ends the game immediately. Not it.
Firefly does not. I mean, but there's so much reload.
Witch's Cauldron could have ended the game immediately.
Finds a Lava Burst.
This is my my Lava Burst Paladin deck.
It's my aggro Paladin. Plays Lava Burst and Lightning Bolts. I mean, Firebat is just...
It's one of the weirdest games I've watched in a
I
long
love it,
time.
though. I mean, I've had games like this where I said, you know what? I am never winning by killing anything. I am just going face and
Mama
hoping
said there'd
he
be
gets me
games
there.
like this. There'd be games like this, Mama said. Mama said. Something.
One day, son.
There we go.
You're going to play a game.
That might be the shutdown, though. I mean, now that Sjow has finally drawn something to do, the out is now quite literally
Witch's
Cauldron.
What about Stormwind Champion? Does he have enough?
He's
I
not
don't
gonna
think he
have
has enough
minions.
minions. I don't think he has enough minions. What else is there?
Now, that being said, he is still at 30, and Sjow does want to kill these minions basically turn after turn. So, I mean, Stormwind Champion's still a strong card to draw. Level Up's still a strong card to draw. There's going to be a lot of little dudes coming out.
Especially with the hero power and the Blackwalled Pixie. And there's still one more charge of Vine Cleaver left.
And Sjow also knows that if he leaves these minions up, that Witch's Cauldron could still provide.
Firebat was just so close.
To the ultimate shutdown.
To the ultimate, just paper cut fiesta. And I don't know if he's gonna be able to get there. Witch's Cauldron. It's not a Witch's Cauldron. I think Firebat realizing it.
It's starting to feel a little bit rough. But you load up the board. You do what you can.
Oh gosh. I wonder if
I want to save
Firebat's
this Vine
gonna
Cleaver.
save the Vine Cleaver.
It's
just
only
so.
copy. He's got 1 Light's Justice. I want to save the Vine Cleaver.
I think so as well. Trading the minions though, is that ever worth it? What if Firebat just leaves them on the board?
Just gonna play the rest of his stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah. He's trying to just, he's just trying to get through this Worm Guard in the most efficient manner possible. That tells me he's going to use the Vine Cleaver then. Because now if he draws Light's Justice, maybe it provides something?
There is a strong possibility for that. I mean, this board is just going to get traded and picked apart. I don't...
So now Free from Amber, this is the card, right?
Yes, if it gets Obsidian Statue.
You're looking for that statue.
Game's over. I don't even think Witch's Cauldron could get there at that point. Oh, there are burn spells.
Don't
Never
be crazy.
mind.
Don't be crazy.
I can't be crazy. I
Earthshock
can't call it
Hex.
too soon. For the American region's sake, America's sake, I really hope Witch's Cauldron comes out of Firebat's deck. Makes a final hoorah appearance.
I want it to happen, but I also want it to fail every time. I don't know why. That's what I want to see.
Putting the Vine Cleaver into the 1/1s just to clean up as many as possible.
He also wants to proactively fight against the next waves of them as well. He wants to prevent Witch's Cauldron from possibly happening.
Any shaman spells. But all it takes is 1 shaman spell.
And this is it.
Witch's Cauldron into Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst.
Oh, no. No way. No way.
What is going on?
Oh! He pointed the arrow and I thought he had... Wait, he can give him one of his minions taunt.
He can give one of his minions taunt. He can give it to the
But Sjow can then
Artiswire.
mind control it.
just to prevent the potential for Lightning Bolt or Lava Burst.
That's the play, right?
I mean, yes. That mind controlling the 0/4 is probably the play.
That does sound better, but it's way funnier to mind control the 1/2.
But he could get shaman spells. He could get healing rain.
He's got 10 cards in his hand.
He
doesn't want any more cards. He could get healing rain though. That's a very good point.
I mean, the only bad thing about I'm trying to think there's a second Witch's Cauldron, but I think the whole board's gonna be cleared, so it doesn't matter.
Have you ever done this? This is like a Hearthstone supernova. I've never seen anybody mind control a 1-cost minion, and I still haven't. But even mind control is 0/4. This is just wacky.
I want to see what shaman spells Sjow is gonna get. Oh, round 1, healing rain.
Close.
Round 2. Oh, he
Healing
doesn't
rain,
have enough space.
Heal your units randomly for 12. Draw a card and reduce its cost by 3. Those are basically the same thing.
Sjow even using the weapon, saying, you know what? I need to preserve this 3/1. And
that's a wrap. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep.
Game. Firebat had 1 out in the Witch's Cauldron, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be.
Europe 4-0 during the exhibition stage to earn themselves